both CNN too. Well, I don't know.
Angela's on the too.
That'll be Fox.
You guys are good.
That's what
All right, good?
Yep.
All right, so this is gonna be a little different, unique today in how I grew. Pat Clark was not able to come today, totally understand. Good news is he had a granddaughter. And, he said, sorry, just found out this morning, so I messed that up already. But, the most important part about in the text, he told me is it's gonna be a 5th generation realtor. So hopefully, he's gonna be a success. Is it Luke, do you know?
It's Luke, I was just looking up to the right of Luke Ryan.
So replacement, real quick, when someone has a family emergency, who do you call? You call your wife. And Tandra was in November, she got moved up to today, so.
It's Luke Ryan.
Huh?
It was Luke Ryan.
Luke Ryan. All right, so today we're gonna talk to Tandra. This is my wife, Tandra Bowers. Most people know that. We're gonna go into a little bit of background where she grew up and her journey and then her real estate career. So real quick, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Lansdale, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and where's your family originally from?
Lansdale.
And then your dad?
Well, my dad's from Doylestown, my mom's from Satterton. I went to North Penn, so I'm a local girl in Pennsylvania.
Where's your grandfather from and grandma?
On my dad's side?
Yep.
Italy.
Italy, off the boat. And then where's your
They're
grandma?
first generation from Italy, and it's funny because my dad was grown up, obviously, with parents that spoke broken English, but he doesn't know a lick of Italian, unfortunately. So that's where it stops.
We're gonna change that.
Yeah.
And then how about your mother?
Mennonite background.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mennonites marrying Italians, okay.
Yeah,
And then, is your grandma still alive today?
absolutely. She's 101.
Wow.
Yeah.
And does she live in a nursing home? She live
Yeah.
at home
She
or what?
lives next door to my parents in Lansdale, in a little granny flat.
Yeah, she probably takes a ton of medication, huh?
She takes one pill for her heart.
Yes. So her side of the family lives long, right?
Yes, my dad's side of the family, not so much.
So, all right, so how many brothers and sisters do you have growing up?
I'm the only.
And how many brothers and sisters does your mother have growing up?
0.
And then how many does brothers and sisters or her daughter have?
She was 0. Like that. but-
Kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
One
woman, and everybody was done. We're like, listen,
Girl, yeah.
we did good, we're done.
The future's female, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So, you have no brothers and sisters. You grew up in Lansdale. What did you do as sports growing up?
So, my dad's side of the family was very big into sports. My mom's side, not so much. They were more artistic. So I really got into dance. I danced starting at 2 years old up till I started cheerleading. Cheerleading was a big sport for me in high school. I did like basketball, but I just never took that angle. I think my dad was too intense for me when he was my coach.
Her dad said, "We love you, Frank. If you're watching
Yes.
today, we love you.
Yes.
If you quit working with me, I'm done. I'll fall apart." That's all hidden secret we'll talk about today. Your dad and how he helps us.
Yes, he's amazing. My parents they give so much. But cheerleading, obviously loved it. I was a captain of my cheerleading team in high school, and I'm surprised my daughter didn't go in that direction, but she's in the tennis side. But you know what? Whatever your kids like, you want to help encourage them.
Dad gave her no choice. Just teasing. So you're a cheerleader, good student.
B student,
B
sometimes
student.
C student.
What was your personality? Did people not like you? Everybody liked you? You were kind of versatile. You had all different type of crew friends.
I was a kind of a floater between groups of friends, people older than me, younger than me, my grade. A little bit of the social butterfly when I was younger. That was always on my report cards in elementary school. But just a good student. I, just was social, very social, and
Just always cared about everybody else.
everybody. Yeah, absolutely.
So high school, you did good. You went to Penn State. You couldn't get into Penn State like your husband. So where'd you go?
For a semester, I went to Altoona.
Okay.
My major actually started out as a Spanish major, and I was in the top class in Altoona. I said, well, what am I supposed to do here? So I transferred to main campus right after my first semester, and transferred right into telecom.
Let's give him the secret.
Yeah.
So if anybody has kids here, or you are gonna have kids, and you want your kids to get into the main campus, I've broken this code, how to get in there if you don't get in originally, okay? There's 2 tricks. One, in any school, sign up for summer school. So summer school gets you into a main campus quicker, and you get to meet all your friends, you have this small little group, you're the cool kid by September comes around. My brother figured that one out. 2 is her and I couldn't get into main campuses, so we went to branch campuses. And when you do the branch campuses, pick the major that gets you out of that branch as quick as possible.
Well, I really liked foreign
And
language.
get you the main quick.
I really liked foreign language though, because in high school, I had a great foreign language department. I went to southern France and northern Italy when I was in high school, so let me be a translator, let me be a teacher. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I really loved foreign language. And then when I got to college, started taking more classes, I said, I don't think this is gonna be my major. I just couldn't see myself.
What'd you get into then?
Telecommunications.
And what was your internship in college?
I had an intern at Fox News in Philadelphia. I have a resume tape, if I ever wanted to be on the news. Certainly, it was a really fun experience doing it. I just realized I did not want to take that path. You have to love it. You're not going to be living in Philadelphia and become an anchor on the news. Usually you're going to Piedmont, North Dakota to get into that career, and it just wasn't for me.
And what was the changing moment? You didn't want to be a reporter with you got up in the middle of the night and you had to go report at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, you have to be ready to go early. Your schedule is not your own, just like we are here, right? But that is very intense. You have to be on site. Where anyone else in your family's having fun, they're out reporting the news, especially when you're first starting out.
So you switched there and then you said, you know what, real estate is my dream. You got real estate now.
Actually, no. I got into telecommunications right out of college. Jeremy was a semester after me.
Back up. What was the most important thing in your life? What happened? College, you met some guy.
25 years we've been together, 22 years this Friday. We're going to be celebrating. Yes. And
How old were you? 21, 22?
yeah, we were 21 when we first met.
Yeah. So we got engaged in college.
You were still in college. I was already.
I had to go an extra semester because I'm not smart.
Yeah.
And my godfather says to me, Jeremy, what are you going to do? Your girlfriend's going to graduate before you. I said, graduate semester before me, that'd be cool. He's like, you're no winner. He goes, she's beautiful. She's going to find a much better guy than you. This is supposed to be like a nice lunch right there, godfather. Dr. King. He's like, it's not the truth, dude. I don't know why. I go, what do I do? He goes, do you really like her? I go, yeah. He goes, well, I'm unhappily married for years. He goes, you guys seem to like each other. What's stopping you? I said, I got $20, maybe $50 in the bank. He goes, what's something, getting married? I said, I just said engaged. I said, money. So he helped me out, and we got engaged.
I had no idea. I went up on a
I got
weekend
engaged in college.
to
She
visit
graduated.
him, and we're going to a football game, and before we went to the game, and then we went for a run to our favorite gym, and he acted like he tripped, and that's how he.
Try taking take your future wife to a tailgate at Penn State and tell your friends, do not give her anything to drink. Everybody, every time I turn around, there's another beer. I'm like, I cannot propose to her. Must. And I was like, all right, what do we do now? Now we gotta run. We'll run this out. So she said yes, obviously. And then the rest is history. So you graduate college. You remember this. So then you graduate college and then you go into what?
Telecom,
Selling what?
uh,
Age.
anything voice and data, business to business telecommunications. That was like when the mob bells broke up, and there was a lot of competitive companies out there reselling Bell. It was a great company to learn sales.
So local, long distance, and internet. Remember when you had to buy long distance in a business?
Cell phones.
Cell phones were like the big money maker.
Yeah.
Bad phones, we were cool.
Yeah.
So.
The best company, local company in the area, ATX.
Is there heard of it?
Anybody heard of it?
So it was in Bella Kenwood, hardcore cold calling, door knocking, phone calls. sold the company, her and I thought were gonna be loaded, $950 million sell price, local Villanova people.
Yeah.
This thing called 99, the dot-com crash, what was under contract, they got about 20 million, we got about $500.
Well, and that company at the time had bought another company that had a bunch of debt. So they bought that company, Corcom, they inherited all this debt, then the stock market fell, and then we had to file Chapter 11. That was fun. Nobody
Millionaire.
lost their jobs in the company.
He's doing
but
well today.
Yeah, those guys did well.
Yes.
The people at the top did well.
They did well, they absolutely did well.
You know the story.
Yes.
But I pivoted, went into medical sales, Jeremy went right into real estate. And we started investing in properties.
No, I got kicked out of telecom.
Well,
It was
that's
horrible. And got into real estate. You got into medical, what did you sell?
Dental implants and biologics for 10 years.
Okay, and then Tom, how was your,
So growing up, I worked my entire life, always like, even though being an only child, you know, my parents gave me a lot. We didn't want for anything, but they always taught me work ethic. So I worked, you know, any job I could, I loved it. I worked for my mom, she was a hairdresser, worked hard, she had her own business. So working hard and learning, you know, how to help others was like ingrained in me as a young kid. So I took that, I went to, you know, put all my efforts into working with this company to sell dental implants and biologics. There was a lot of travel. I was helping doctors grow their businesses, constantly out on the road, doing seminars, working at the local universities, doing seminars for them. I worked all the time. Work hard, play hard.
yeah, so you made really good money, but what was missing?
So I feel like I didn't have something of my own, that I was building someone else's business. The company was a Swiss-based company, so it was a global company. There's a lot of changes, and you know, you have to roll with those changes when you're an employee. I didn't feel fulfilled as much anymore. I had a child. I didn't feel like I was being a good mom, staying in that career. I wasn't home for her a lot. And, you know, I saw Jeremy really doing very well in real estate. We had our own investment that we did on the side together. He actually made me get my real estate license. And he's like, you're gonna do some open houses for me on the weekends, but that never happened. So.
Never did an open house. Said no.
So the license went in escrow, and then, you know, 7 years ago, so I've been in real estate full time 7 years. And I woke up and I said, listen, I think I need to make a change. And
So real quick, are you a big book reader?
No.
Okay. Or what book did you read that helped you make that decision to leave? Like watching this, if you're in corporate America and you want to bet on yourself, or if you're in real estate sales and you're with a brokerage now, and you want to double down and hire an assistant, bet on yourself every single day of the week. What was the book that you read that got you to walk away from a $30,000 plus bonus, car, make a couple hundred grand, you get a bonus, you had a trip coming up in that May? What did you walk away
I
from?
walked away from a trip to Geneva, Switzerland. The day before I left I was #1 sales rep for my company, and I was top 10 for many years. So it wasn't that I wasn't doing well, I just wasn't fulfilled. And the day before we left for our trip to Prague, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, which was a challenge to get pregnant, but we did. So, you know, as I'm going through this journey, this hardworking journey of mine, I get to this turning point. I'm a mom. My daughter's 3 or 4. I think she's 4. And
Your parents are helping out. Both working a lot.
constantly, my mom's putting my daughter to bed.
Your dad's,
She's working
your
hard.
husband's getting healthy and just working all the time, eating like crap.
Yeah.
And then, what was the book, do you remember?
Now you're gonna tell me.
Miracle Morning.
I know.
You knew it. Okay.
Miracle Morning.
Anybody ever read that? So why was it impactful to you?
So it's really just about getting your purpose and waking up every day and making the day for you, that you can be your best version of yourself so you can help others within your life. And, you know, it starts with how your mindset, you go to bed at night, to how you wake up in the morning, and having a schedule, and not doing something that isn't going to fulfill you, because it shows. You know, if you're not if you're in a unhealthy relationship, if you're in an unhealthy job, it's gonna continue to change your world every day if you're not gonna do something that's gonna make you happy. And that's what we saw with.
How Elroy wrote the book. You never read how Elroy should have died 9 times. Sort of. We know. Should have died 9, still living, he's probably in his 40s now.
Yeah.
Miracle Morning. If you ask me what was one of the best books I've ever read that motivates people, it's top 5.
Yeah.
So you read this book, you go into real estate, and then what happened?
Well, you're a mom, trying to teach your child how to find the career that they love and do well, and I'm not doing that, right? So as I'm reading this book, I'm realizing, it's time to make a change. So I woke up, I said, Jeremy, I'm done, I want to quit. And instead of him saying, whoa, you're making good money, maybe we should rethink this, I had my husband say, go do it. Write the letter right now.
And she made double what I made.
I did it at the time.
Talk about being scary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In telecom, crushed me, like in sales, neck to neck, crushed me. Like top 5, I could barely even keep a job, for many years. So we were leaving this breadwinner, insurance, right? You guys love our real estate insurance, right? So good, right? Being an independent contractor compared to corporate America. So you give all those things up. You get the real estate sales, what did you do your first year?
12 million?
First year.
I'm sorry,
$4 million.
4 million, sorry.
So $4 million, you got to $12 million pretty dang quickly. You did 7 and 12 your third year.
Yes,
And then your best year was $20 million in sales.
correct.
So, in life, like your strengths and your weaknesses, what would you say to the group today? What's some of your strengths that you'd like to share?
So I have always been disciplined, with my day-to-day habits, being, out there as a sales rep for 10 years with the prior company. You're not going into an office every day, so you're used to having to get up, have an agenda, and do your job. So I think I've been really good at that aspect and learning my crafts. The biggest challenge for me to kind of pivot to real estate was not knowing everything. Coming from a dental business where we had to say the facts, you're reporting on data and you don't want to get it wrong when you're talking to a doctor or, someone that's in the medical field. To come into real estate, which is a whole different jargon and language, that was a challenge for me. And just getting out there and doing it and learning it was hard.
Do you guys have that challenge
But I don't,
sometimes?
we all don't know everything now, so,
Or what options do you know? Like when you were in dental sales, you knew, I have to go talk to these doctors.
Yes.
And there's a list. When I'm a teacher, I have X amount of classes, I show up and I work.
Yeah.
If you ever notice how I grew, everybody's a worker.
Yeah.
Everybody's a hard worker. The challenge that people have is there's too many options. Where do I focus my time? It's like going to the diner. You go in for the salad, you come out with cheesesteaks. You guys, you're around me enough, you know that, right? I was to drink Coke. I'm getting a Coke at the diner, so I can't go. I go to Suburban Square over here in Lifetime. There's no Coke. You know what I'm saying? There's too many choices.
So that was definitely a fact when I started in real estate. There's so many options, so many spinning plates that you can do. And I just focused on 4 things and I kept my head down. I had an accountability partner, another agent that was new. We would, at least twice a week, we would get on the phone together in the morning and we would role play. And we, whether it was, we were gonna visit a client, a listing appointment, a buyer appointment, or we were gonna make phone calls. We talked to each other, we gave objection handlers to each other, and we motivated each other. And that was important to have that schedule.
We're a global backer.
It
Yeah.
was.
It was Katie Easley. She's a manager in Colorado now, and she left and she was our role play partner. So just be transparent with the group. You really, really enjoyed role playing, didn't you?
Yes, role play.
Right?
Actually, I didn't mind it.
But
You have to
it
find the
took-
right person
It
to
took
do
you a
it.
while to understand that role playing was critical in this business, right?
Absolutely.
So now you're starting to role play. Be honest. How's your lead generation at that point?
It fluctuated. It wasn't perfect.
Yep.
I had a book every day that I rewrote, and I said, I had to check off what I was gonna do, anything that was pending, my transactions, I wanted to make sure those were taken care of, any appointments, preparing for those. So I did have a schedule and a book that I would rewrite every day, but like anything, you have to keep working at it.
So now she gets to like 7-10 million. So in this group, ready for the next transition, right? I want to show you guys how to double down on your business. So summary, hard worker, smart, better roller than me, good connector, thinks about other people way too much more than herself. You know what I mean? Just that's her personality. Analytical, will look at something and overanalyze it and not take the step because of right there, it's all true. Overanalyzing it. She found a partner, Katie, not her husband, Katie, that made her comfortable in role playing. And what happened was, I saw this, she was able to start lead generating because she had this person kind of like her. See, in life, most of us try to pick a person who's not like us. Don't do that. Pick a person like you who's comfortable. When you go to the bar, you normally go with a person like you, not like a totally different person. In life, if you want to do something, find a person kind of like you, but they got to show up. So you found Katie, you showed up, you started lead generating. Let's call it around 7 to 10 million, right? You're working hard, you're hard.
And I was doing the FISBO calls and expireds,
Center of influence.
center of influence calls.
We were doing a really good job connecting with our past doctors, and past
Definitely.
databases, and we'll talk about that here in a second, how that's changed.
Right.
So now you make a key hire. I could be drawn like this. You
So-
hire one assistant or two assistants? Be careful what you say, because Nicole's in the room, we don't want her to quit. One? Yeah, let's go.
No, so the key was too, I was at a point where I was a year and a half in, I didn't want to burn myself out, because you can do that if you're not preparing yourself and having help. So I hired a part-time assistant to help me with transaction management. And
That's before you had Porter and Sarah Catman and all those
Correct.
options now.
yes, so that was really helpful. So I could focus more on like lead generating back then, having that time to do that. They weren't full-time on my books yet. I didn't need somebody full-time. So that was my first step.
Okay, so you got that person, blew past that person, you hired an assistant.
Yeah.
What's one of the key things, listen, we're not even prepped on this, just be transparent, it's an open conversation. She says, what am I gonna ask you? I said, I'm just gonna ask you questions, see where the conversation goes. So she has no idea about that, so that's the end. Which drives her nuts, as an analytical person, she wants to know all the steps, but just keep this out. So, the assistant, what did the assistant do to help you double your business?
To get our database together. So all my contacts were on my phone on Word documents or Google spreadsheets. And some of that data was wrong, some of it was right, but really to help dig into that data, analyze the data, make sure it's correct. And it's still not always correct. It's a constant work in progress. But give me 10 names a day and reach out to them. It doesn't even have to be about real estate, just to connect with people. And that's what she did.
So she's a connector, right? So we got her to connect and we literally cleaned the database, months and months and months. Remember, Kate, just months and months. And she got her stuff cleaned up to a certain degree, cleaned up her databases. Then she decided she went back into teaching, and then Katie.
Katie did.
And then we didn't have anybody. We worked, But she went from like a $10 million agent to about $20 million agent. And the key was what? Hiring an assistant. Right? Double her business. Now watch this. Did you work a lot harder, or did you work smarter?
Smarter. And also, getting out there, I think doing social media is important too. We adapted to that very early on. Started doing videos right at the get-go from when I got into the business. So we kept that going. And every other week we'd have a video go out to social media, whether it's any topic. Could be, bringing another person on to talk about an expert like an engineering or an appraiser.
Tell them what company, because you got about $7 million a year.
So viral marketing, we still use it today.
Low-level marketing.
Low-level marketing,
Works.
they create a vlog website and you'll shoot a video. I shoot a video once a week and it's maybe 2 minutes maximum. We figure out what topic we want to talk about and I send that raw data to them. They then make it pretty, zhuzh it up, and then that goes out to my whole database, email, and then social media. So Being on social media, we have been on that for a long time, connecting with local parents in the community. If there's questions that come up, here I have a contractor for you.
We dropped the ball the moment we started interviewing our people, and then we got
Yeah.
back to that. Promote small businesses.
Absolutely.
What, social medium do you think works best?
You have to be on it, like all of them, but I think Facebook and Instagram.
That's all we do.
So we're behind the ball right now, we believe, as a group. Her and I are heavy on Facebook. We don't understand Instagram that well, we don't understand TikTok that much. Yeah. Yeah,
It
not
can be
yet.
better.
So we're gonna hire a full-time person probably for next year, who really is gonna run our Instagram and TikTok. Most people I'm interviewing spending about $4,000 a month just on having someone run these platforms. So us to get to the next level of brand building, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna start seeing some different things from me, and we're gonna have to go to that next level. But Facebook has always been our best.
Absolutely. Especially with our generation, that as you go and the generations get older and they start buying homes, you gotta stay on all the other social media.
So viral marketing, 2 emails a month, it's very simple. She does a video, they tell her the topic, they edit it, they send it out. It's nothing hard. They're gonna blow through employees left and right, because that's what they do. Frank, if you're watching this, you're my buddy, that's what it is. But it's just consistent. It gets a person like Tandra to do it. Watch, Tandra, if you didn't have viral, which I tried to cancel the other day, you said no. There's the reason why. What did you say right away?
I said, no, I don't wanna have to reinvent the wheel. They just take it and do it.
So you do it because you're paying it.
Because I'm paying them to do it for me.
So you split it and it's half the price to rate change.
Right.
So you have call lists, I've found out so far in your journey. Number 2, you have viral marketing, right, doing your marketing. And then number 3, you're on social media. Okay.
Number 4 is programs.
Okay, so explain that.
So when I was in the dental business, because I had to do a ton of programs, that is pretty much a quality that I know how to run. So I think, when was our first program? Maybe 4 years ago?
I have no idea what you mean by program. I'm just kind of hanging up here.
Our client appreciation event.
Oh, client appreciation. All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
So when we would do the client appreciation events, first we wanted to do it at a local restaurant that people were maybe interested in, new.
Oh, yeah.
So we get, I don't know, it depends if you want just crowds that are adults, you could also do family.
Where
We're
was
about
the
to
first
do-
one? I can't remember.
I think it was, Panache.
Oh, it's Dodge.
Yeah.
Crushed on that. We can spend more than $1,000.
Right. So it depends, if you want an evening program with just, I keep calling it a program, but.
So
events.
programs, and then it's in the
Events.
dental world, you're right, in the dental
Yeah.
world, you get programs, and people come to your programs, there's education based upon, it's an event, it's an event.
It's an event.
So in ours, we have the events, we have the bars and restaurants, or, farms, so why don't you tell them a little bit more about, because we talk about this a lot, appreciation events, right? So you don't really like call people, right? Like if I asked you to give you 20 people to call right now, you had no appreciation event, could you call 20 people right now?
You could, but it's,
What do you?
it feels unnatural,
Okay.
it
So
doesn't
that's just-
feel,
Right?
it feels a
Can
little,
I?
not really.
I always have to have education events, I always have to have stuff, like, I am terrified to call Lenise and say, Lenise, when she worked at Berkshire, like, hey Lenise, it's Jeremy, I wanna have a cup of coffee with you. Like, I just can't do
You doesn't
that,
even drink coffee.
right? But if you had an event, you have something to talk about, right? If, I can talk to you about your business up 30%. So in your case, you use appreciation events. Just wanna make sure it's normal, and most people cannot cold call people. They can, but they don't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think having leads come in that are, people's ready to sell or buy is one thing, but if you're just calling your friends to say, hey, you have somebody that that wants to sell or buy, like, that's just very unnatural.
Like fairy script, hey, people
Yeah.
are looking ready to buy or sell in 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
Because people do it, like hardcore
I
driver.
really want to hang up on you.
It's just too salesy.
It's
It is.
way too
It's very
salesy.
salesy
Yeah,
and it's not authentic.
it's not at all.
No.
I agree, absolutely. Yeah.
So we like to make sure that she does, make sure our clients are happy, just like you guys. Do you have contractors? Do you have painters? Do you have roofers? Do you have this, right? Do you have the best mortgage rate? And then we threw in appreciation events to show our gratitude. We're gonna do 4 this year. So why don't you explain to them real quick? You did one in April.
So we did a adult cocktail event at a restaurant that had just changed venues, so it was kind of new and exciting to go to this new restaurant that people knew, but they probably hadn't been to the new place, so that was exciting. But we had a caricaturist come, and they could get a little picture of themselves and take it home.
Stuff in that report, with the ballpark, watch this, this is a really good one. No. I run the numbers.
The whole event,
Yeah,
the whole
who
event.
the character person, $400.
Oh, yeah, it was like four.
Three and change.
Yeah, it was-
$400.
Yeah,
$400.
correct.
What did people say about when they left? You came up with this idea, and I said, that's cheesy, it worked great, your idea. What did you put at the bottom, our appreciation event, Jeremy Tanner's appreciation event?
Nothing salesy, just thanks for coming out and enjoying the night with us.
Exactly. Can't tell the difference, it's stamped.
Yeah,
She would do these, how quick? I was blown away, 2 minutes?
she amazing, so quick.
We had friends like Lenise, Sally, all of a sudden they're doing character pictures together,
Yeah, 2
right?
minutes.
And then appreciation event, they're talking about it.
Yeah.
We'll do it again, we'll get frames.
Yeah.
And we'll give it to them framed, because I realize that most people probably won't put it up. 'cause they
We'll
won't
like
get
roll
the
it
frame.
up, roll it up somewhere.
So we're gonna cheap frame, not cheap, but like a nice frame, a $10 frame, right, whatever, you know, 100 people, whatever. It's gonna cost you some, but hey, if they look at our house. We came up with the idea because in our bathroom downstairs is Regina Corda, who used to run Coal Banker's appreciation event.
Mhm.
I think it was an okay party, honestly, don't think it was any blown up. I still remember her party. I've been up at her parties, and her party was fun.
I'm never gonna forget that party.
Not gonna forget it.
She had that at her party.
So it's up at her house, and you see it. So you have a character, what's the right word?
Caricaturist.
Yeah, and then what else?
We had a photographer. They're inexpensive. What's the guy's name?
True.
He's like.
I like Drew, he does photography around here, he's aggressive. He's like, yo, you two, get together, get a
He's like,
picture.
I think I got everybody.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, don't worry about him.
Yeah.
Because if some photographers just show up, they don't take the pictures, and
Right,
they're kind of like,
he's personable.
yeah, I want to drive them.
Yeah.
Like, set this thing up, let's show the party.
So we are planning our next program, appreciation event. It's actually gonna be a family event for, at a farm. And we're gonna have a mini holiday photo shoot. We will have pumpkins, hay rides for people, and just giving back to the community, people that we know. Again, just a way to give back.
So this is cool, what people say to you now, okay? So we're a third one this year. So we're in July, we're gonna have an indoor sports club in Conshohocken.
Oh,
And
right.
someone comes up to me and goes, dude, why do you keep on lighting these things? Valid question, dude, I really like it. Honestly, coronavirus woke us up, and we've done a poor job standing in front of people. We know a lot of people. We want to show our gratitude, that we're thankful you're in our life. And we like to spend money on people we know compared to people we don't know. And this appreciation event's on that. Because that's really freaking cool. Because in life, so many people don't really show the love back. Everyone knows people show the love when you die, they talk about you. You can show the love now when you think about people and connect with people, right? So now you're having one at the farm.
I mean, there's people that we haven't even talked to in a couple of years that have come back out, just, say, it's great to connect with you, we gotta do dinner, you only get one shot at life, right?
No dress rehearsal.
Exactly, and that's exactly right, I think coronavirus, really makes you stop and think, you have to take the time now to connect with people that you care about, so.
At 12:30, we'll dive deep into that more, 12:30 the session today. If you guys want to dive more deep into that, we're going to dive deep into some other things too. But tell them how you're reconnecting with people that, I tell them things, I want to hear from you too. How are you reconnecting with people? Are you calling people, texting, or involved on emails? Okay. What's your preferred mechanism?
I mean, I think it depends on what I'm reaching out about.
You haven't talked to a person in a while, and you're trying to reconnect and invite them.
I on video, absolutely. Yeah.
What's bomb?
So it connects to your email. You can pull up this screen, do a video. If you don't like it, you can redo it. And you just say a quick word to somebody and send it off to them. I have a client now that's just busy, and I think they appreciate me just sending them some videos. Hey, I saw this house for you. Did you check it out? Instead of just a boring text or, that maybe you don't want to read. someone will wanna look at your video.
And a lot of people think stuff's mass now, which we're not really doing that much mass, it's
Yeah.
personal.
Right.
Erica, Michelle's team, she was telling me, Erica, how she uses it, when she gets a lead, she sends a blah message right away,
Mhm.
which I like, because a face and a name, when you guys meet a human, it's much easier than just an email. Do you ever meet someone, like for the first time, and you dealt with them on email, but you meet them, you're like, this person's, what I thought they weren't.
Yeah, yes.
Well, and now more than
Should I
ever.
say yesterday?
I thought he was a serial killer.
Did he turn out to be okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, especially if you get a referral from somebody and they're not local, or they don't have time to come and meet you. I'll do a quick video and I'll say, let's do a Zoom call so we can at least get started. I know you're busy, and then we'll get, a face-to-face after that.
So we're gonna go about the questions just coming. What's your biggest challenge right now? Be raw with people.
Calling people. Yeah. I mean,
Call with a lot of
consistency on the calls. You have to have it locked down your daily schedule. You have our list of 25. If you don't get the 25, you got that same list again the next day. So you just gotta keep reaching out to people.
What do you think you're doing well? So,
My schedule. Yeah, I mean, I think, I wake up every day. I, get my daughter ready for school. I kind of think about my day, get it set up and how things are gonna play out. I will work out, and then I'll get my day started probably like 9:30.
what's one of the best things you started doing that Cole's really gonna like this one? So anybody has an assistant here. By 9 o'clock, you have to have what in for the day on Slack?
All of your requests, all the things that you need done that someone else can do for you.
So if you have an assistant here, or you're looking to hire an assistant, one of the worst things you ever can do to that person, they do things much better than you do. And that's why 1 + 1 is 3. The worst thing you can ever do is roll into an office and talk to them.
Let them get their day started.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Advanced morning, I don't know.
Yeah, so how do you feel when you come into
They
work?
have a life too, and they
Correct.
have things they're trying to get done in the morning.
That's right.
And in all fairness to them, if you want to hold on to them for a while,
Yeah.
you need to give them the same respect you give to your time,
100%.
for yourself.
Communication is probably the biggest challenge of scaling a business. It's not sales skills, it's actually communication. Communication, your center of influence, communication to hire and help. And what most salespeople do is they focus just on sales. You graduate from being a salesperson to a business owner. And a business owner is once you hire someone that's relying on you in your life. A business owner is a person that's looking to scale and say, if I do this thing twice or 3 times a day, is there a better system in place? Right, that's the difference of scaling that business. And Tandra had to go through that from 10 to 20 million bucks. Is you don't really like the operational side of the business. You like being a salesperson,
Absolutely.
right? So that's what you have me on that side is the number side, the operational side. How's this gonna work? You're just a worker.
Right.
Right? You have the business sense in your mind. You can easily do it without me, but it's not your favorite thing to do.
Right.
Same as me, I just got
I'm a doer.
You're a doer, right?
Yeah.
Who's a doer?
Get it done.
Who's a doer? Most people.
And it's hard for me to relinquish control. That's a big thing.
How does that work?
So,
What tips would you give people to relinquish control? Because I would say you're a control freak. And how did you?
It's my control.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
You're
not.
our boss. I told you I'm honesty all the time.
I thought if I kept looking down, nobody'd ask me.
You're control. So if you've gotten better, just give us some examples of like how you relinquish something.
I think that, just putting that daily tasks in place and going through the steps of like how I would do something, and then allow that person to make it their own.
Do you hear what she just said? That was a gold nugget tip. She actually started thinking what it looked like in the process, give it to someone on that list by 9 o'clock, and then watch it get done. And every single day that Nicole gets it done and sends her a recap, what do you think happens in team? It's nothing with Nicole. Nicole's just,
Release.
Jeremy's just part of the team. What happens?
Hey, you feel relaxed.
So if anybody's not doing that, if you want to get control of someone, just do that. You'll see over a period of time, like, holy crap, they do a much better job than I do. right? We all struggle. I struggled out with Alyssa, Alyssa and I are, 1 + 1 is 3, or we can, just everybody struggles with that, giving up. So, what questions do you guys have? So we talked about her journey, where she's at now in the business. Most of her challenge right now is finding more listings. What questions do you have? Oh, good.
How do you set boundaries with your clients? What do you say to them? I mean, I don't care if I lose a client because I'm big on setting boundaries, but how do you do it?
So it's a great question. I think that it depends on the day. But, and the client, right? No, part of when we do like question digging at the beginning is, understanding their schedule, especially if like you're gonna work with a buyer and they say they can only see houses past 8 o'clock. It might not be the right fit for you, like, that's okay. I think that was one of my biggest challenges at the beginning, is saying no to certain things. And being okay with saying, listen, I want you to have the best experience that you can. I don't know if I'm the right fit for you. I'm gonna give you to someone else that I think is the best fit. We were last summer, we were doing a lot at the beach. We were down on the weekends, and I knew that one of my clients needed to see homes on the weekends. I referred that buyer to someone on my team because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to be here to do a good job. So.
And in honesty too, what you said, I think is really good, it depends on the day. I think most human beings say, here's my standard, I believe most people don't follow the standard. It really depends, where that person is and if they think I'll come out there.
Absolutely. Just be honest.
What are questions? One question? Who wants not to do good, dude? All right, let's get another one, let's go.
When is the next appreciation event? Are we allowed to come?
October 15th or 16th, if you ever want to come explore one, yes, you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We're gonna have it at Yanker Farm, and we've never done one at a farm. So every time it's just a work in progress, right? We have a whole process now. We can tell you how many people. Nicole, how many people are guests so far? 66. So every day we have a count. We'll have a huddle every day about it. We've literally built it to a system. We have A, B's, and C. Everything's just being a system now, right? Of everything.
Yeah.
TA comes
Building
out.
systems.
Yeah, I would love to just see how everything works.
The key is the connector. So it's never about us. Like Tandra, if you watch her social media, she doesn't like putting anything, but I want Tandra to give more shout out to her.
This is probably the hardest thing for me to do. I never like talking about myself.
I will.
I can talk about any other topics, but.
And what I'm trying to get her to do is, if she talks about her, it inspires other people. Like me posting about Angela yesterday, that's easy because I'm shouting out her, right? Me, I know from being a leader and what it does for other people, I want to give people examples of what I do well, I don't, because I want to motivate other people. It's not about me. But most humans have a hard time posting anything about themselves because they think it comes off as bragging.
Yeah.
When you get that first message on social media and someone says, you helped change my life because I was literally doing something, you'll post more. And then she'll go in phases, like, what's it, Girl Boss, or that one book you read, and then it goes down. Just think about that, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm friends with the guy you used to work with who became the sales manager at ATX.
Oh, right. Okay.
Brian Federer.
And
Yeah.
humbly, Jeremy told me that he was there, but you were the star, which is great. I like how you compliment your wife. And it's easier to talk about somebody else, how good they're doing.
Yeah.
But the more I look around and I think, I'm looking at how great you are as a communicator and how women can, get people fired up and use the emotion in the sales practice. And I got to tell you, I kind of feel inferior as a guy in this business.
Especially in this office, 80% probably women, right?
Yeah.
It really is.
They're just naturally better at this business. What advice could you give to a guy who's in this business?
Let's go.
I'm serious. I've always felt that way. And I was with another company for 33 years, and I worked with a woman, and she was just Maureen Stewart. She was just like, wow. Multitask, do this, do that.
Yeah.
Great communicator.
She'll tell you.
I'm just average.
Listen, it's not just about male, female. It's about getting the right person to work with, and the skill that maybe you're lacking. You're going to hire somebody to help fulfill that skill that you don't have. So I think finding the right person.
But you say that in general, everything's in general, but very good listening skills. You've called me out on some bad decisions.
Well, we
Because,
help each other.
you tell me I used to jump too quick at things.
Right.
Where she was more like reserved back
Yes.
and seeing like the true picture. She's like, that was dumb. And I'm like, how did you see that? She's like, went to dinner and figured that out. Right? Like it's just,
Yeah.
so those type of decisions like that you have to make. So I agree with you. Like,
Being a good listener.
Yeah.
Asking good questions.
ask, right?
Gotta ask good questions to people, because it's not about me, it's about them.
You know, when my wife goes with me on an appointment, I find that they're always talking to her.
Right.
It's funny, I mean,
Well, most of the time that's a decision maker in the household.
Yeah.
Seriously.
and when I was an auto mechanic, it's interesting that I would tell somebody what's wrong with the car, and it was the wife, always the woman, always who decided whether they're gonna fix the car or get rid of it or take it a different way. And you're right, and I do okay, but I think that the women have a leg up on us.
If you can ever go on a listing presentation with another person, watch how they communicate and who they get attracted to first, and then let that person be. Like me and Soroka back in the day, certain people Soroka connected better with, and certain people I did. Eventually we got too big that we couldn't go on the same appointments. But that definitely is a benefit if you can do it. Amy, what were you saying?
It's just a basic question. I heard you say that you split your viral marketing. Do you do it with like
Anyone.
an insurance company or a mortgage company or?
Yeah, anybody that you want to partner with,
I didn't know that,
yeah.
I've done some
Mortgage,
things
title,
with them,
insurance.
but not something
I
like
mean,
that.
this is partnerships like mortgage, title, whatever it is, just, yeah,
Appreciation event, same thing.
same thing,
Yeah, that, absolutely.
What CRM do you use?
Monday.
Monday, what is Monday?
I don't really know how to explain it.
So-
It's kind of like a glorified Excel spreadsheet, but it has a lot of automation that you can build the way you want.
So
It's
here's
very
what-
customizable, but I could never have done it without.
Yeah, I don't. So Command is a great database. I
Yes.
personally think Command is great for the majority of the people selling real estate. Besides that, you'll see some people like Chime, it's a popular one. What's the one that, what do you use, Joey, real quick? What's-
We have Sierra. and-
Sierra's our popular one. The most popular one I'm hearing among people right now is Prospect Boss or Follow Boss.
Follow Boss.
Follow Boss,
Yeah.
CTZ, you have to say most, so Follow Boss.
For day-to-day communication, we use Slack though, within our team. For our database Monday, and then, for our transaction management, we use Trello. You can use Trello boards and, basically check off when you have certain things done and you're communicating if you have a transaction manager. That's been really helpful.
Monday is literally a spreadsheet, a double like a spreadsheet, and you can make it do anything you want. So when I was in real estate investing, there was a software called Codio. I wanted to pound my head against the wall because it lets you do anything. But the problem is you had to design it. Where most softwares people don't like because they say it only allows you to do X.
Right.
Well, don't ask for that. Actually take the basic stuff better, it's easier. Well, in my world, in Keller Williams, there is not a software for running companies. The one they have doesn't provide enough, so we created a software called Monday to run these brokerages. So then I created it to run our houses, because then you go to buy another software to run houses, and we buy these non-investment properties. While we're at it, we created We Clean List, a company to clean people's databases. Well, we run through Monday. And then the fourth one is our realtor business. So literally, we're able to do that. Eventually, we might allow people to buy the realtor stuff. We're not ready yet for it. But we like it because we have a call list. She opens up her computer every day. Nicole sets a call list for both of us. And we just call people. And anything we want it to do, it'll do. Like our appreciation events, all on Monday. That's like how she knows the
And then
number.
we create, like a form that the person can RSVP, and that just goes right into Monday, so you can see the numbers. It's not like you have to manually add them.
So if you come at 12:30 today, we're gonna dive deep up on a computer, and I'm gonna show you how to do what we do, running 4 businesses, running your business, using your software. If you wanna use ours, that's fine, but I wanna show you how to use it at yours. Slack, we're gonna dive very deep in on communication. Only use Slack if you have another employee. Monday, we're gonna show you how we run our appreciation events, how we build balance in our houses, realtor business, everything. And you can rip off ideas from us and use it in your software. We're not gonna overwhelm you when you leave at 12:30 today at that session that I need to go build Monday. The point of our 12:30 session is to show you how Tandra and I are balanced as husband, wife, mother, father, and business people by putting communication barriers in there to help you guys. And just to show you, you know, we have the same struggles.
I think one of the good things that you guys didn't speak about working with Tandra is clients are always very well prepped. So I've always helped with showings, and I'm very analytical. So just having a client come in to seller disclosure, knowing the comps, you don't have to explain a lot. It's a lot easier to cover for her because you know that these clients are so well wrapped around with the data that she's giving them, which I think makes it easier.
Yeah, so I'm horrible at that. Go see the house, do tell me if you like it or not, right?
Yeah.
Tandra, tell them how you get people the data so they're more comfortable. So what do you do? You give them data before, when you meet them, you
Right,
can really
I-
prep people ahead of time.
There's so much out there, like, I don't have, is everybody here using HomeSnap? Like, you should be using it if you're not.
HomeSnap Pro.
HomeSnap Pro. You can get everything on there, the seller disclosures, you can text it to people right from your phone.
Set appointments.
You can text the agent. Set appointments, you can text the agent, like, I could not function without that, because I do everything on my phone. If I'm like, going to grab a cup of coffee, I can quickly do something, someone wants to book an appointment, showing kind of map is on my phone. I can see what's available, if someone says, I know it's gonna be a competitive, situation, I'll quickly book an appointment, even if it's not good for that buyer, I at least wanna give them a shot. And then I can go in and adjust, and then I'll email them comps either directly from my computer using, Bright, or, anybody using, what's the other one that, is an app? Not RSP.
RPR.
RPR. That's a great one too, because you can do that from your phone.
And then you instantaneously connect with the other realtor.
Always calling and connecting with other agents. That was one of the biggest things I think I've been doing in the last couple of years. Maybe not right off the gates, because I didn't know all the agents. But one thing with my listings for certain, Jeremy taught me this, was call all the agents, even if it's your listing, call them, ask them about the feedback, ask them what they need, ask them the questions, because that's how I'm gonna get to know them and they're gonna get to know me. Because most of the time, we're having more transactions with the other agents than we are even our own clients. So I think it's important to have good relationships.
Average realtor gets 25% feedback on houses. Our goal every year, and how much we do, is 92%. Whatever, how we came up with 92, we get 92% feedback from our clients. What happens is you build relationships with people because you talk to them, find the good and bad, nothing about the house, right? And today, in this world, connections are everything, because listings are down 25% from August to August, right?
Yeah. Oh, one thing I'm doing for buyers is I'll, send letters out to areas if they want homes if there's nothing available. Today, I just got a phone call from somebody who lives in the community. Hey, I might have a house for you. I'll let you know. I mean, I've gotten calls from owners, maybe they're just exploring, they're not ready, so just going the extra mile and thinking outside the box.
What kind of format do you send those letters out in, and what do you say? Something like that.
So as long as the buyer's comfortable, if I truly have a buyer that wants to be in that community, I'll put their first names, I'm not gonna put their last name. And I'll say, they really love this community, they're ready to go. Even if it's not the right fit, give me a call.
I thought she was nuts for it. I told her not to do it. I had 2 people from a neighborhood call us and say, yeah, was it so-and-so? And I said, yeah, I'll get her in. Isn't that wild? Because she said the first name. And they I don't know if they would have called us or not.
Yeah, because I'm
Listen,
sure,
sometimes it won't work, but.
again, how many people said they have a buyer and they really don't? I mean,
Right, majority of people.
yeah, right,
Nicole
so,
shared away, we use
and
the
then
Cricut.
Cricut, we use the Cricut machines. Yeah, they're great, because it's a handwritten letter, or just regular letters, like you said, just print them out, stuff them in an envelope, and send them.
Do you have like Keller William letterhead and envelopes?
It's just very general.
Okay.
card.
Yep,
Very less.
it's on, less is more.
Yeah, I sent out a lot of thank you notes.
Handwritten, go on it.
I sent we would order them on Amazon, right, with our logo on the back, come here for 10 cents. Like, someone called me and was like, I'm selling like my aunt's estate, like I live in North Carolina, but I was in Florida and I saw green Jeeps everywhere and I came home and I saw your green nude. And like used me and the people that I rented it for bought that house. And she called me because it was green. But like, the stupidest thing.
Right, yeah, they like the green.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you gave a good idea, Kirk. You were basically just running really a real estate book in summary, what Tandra does is 4 phone calls a year, texts and emails, 4 direct mail pieces a year, 2 appreciation events per year. We're gonna do 4 this year. And then, what else? 24 emails a year, viral marketing. So it's a 33 touch system out of the million real estate. Cool. You guys good? All right, can we get a, okay.
Do you still cold call or you guys got?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah.
Kinda. Cole, get this on videotape. I guess you did. Somebody don't know. You called me once.
Oh, yeah, not so much.
Okay.
No.
So my question is, because I do want to like veer away from that, but then when I stop, I realize I'm really kind of stopping now business and then appreciation and so on, like future business.
Yeah.
Right.
So when did you get to the point where you realized, okay, I can stop cold calling now or calling suppliers and business?
Probably just say,
Yeah.
probably should have like 7 to 10 million, enough business coming in. We'll start to see that parlay off because enough business coming in.
Well, and to say cold call, if I'm farming an area and a buyer wants to be in that area,
Yeah.
that I would definitely say.
We do that part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or I would knock on their door and say, happy fall, here's a pumpkin. My friend wants to buy in here, my client wants to buy in here.
She's got a door knock like Graham.
So this is a funny thing. We bought a house on a street near our area. We flipped it. And from that, I went and door knocked the neighborhood and I said, come and see the house if you want. We're gonna put it up on the market. I can't believe you're gonna get that price for that house. Yeah, come look at it. 5 listings after that. 5.
Door knock the neighborhood and invite people over to your open house. Drop off the door hangers and invite them an hour before the open house.
No, they weren't all like.
No, but it's over a period of
the course
time.
of 3 years, 5 listings from that one thing, like, okay,
And you did it by yourself or with someone?
with some
That's the other key too, to find those.
safety. I think you have to go in pairs,
Yeah.
always.
So that's another question, that's all one way.
You have to ask her the final question.
Okay, what is it?
Your final question.
Oh, my final question. I don't know, I forgot.
What do you do for fun?
Oh.
We do a lot. And we love to go to the beach.
Yep.
Enjoy
Cape
it.
May.
Cape May, we love Cape May. That's our happy place.
Who do you like to hang out with?
Our daughter, we love to hang out with our daughter. My brother, sister-in-law moves on our street, we do a lot with them. Yeah, and our family. We just try and work hard, live hard.
Yeah, and the challenge when you both work in the same, we'll talk about later, is when you work in the same household. If you guys are in a household, where there's 2 business people going on, or, 2 go-getters, it's a challenge that the conversations have to stop sometimes. So we try to have structure in that way. She'll shut me down pretty quick.
Or Lex will say, Dad, next topic.
Yeah. Or she'll bring me back, the other day she called me out, this is that one, she said like, why are you working in the bed again? Like I had the laptop, I got comfortable, I have a big TV in our bedroom, and I would just go home, I would hang out with them and work later, and she's like, you should be working in your bed. So now I'm in the office working in there, I was like, thanks for keeping me in check, because we all sort of get bad habits.
Yeah.
So can we get a quick picture? Just the way we're doing it, actually, I'm gonna do a selfie because what we can do better. Do you guys mind standing up, like they push the call, push it like this way? It's like Tony Robbins and everybody's like, what's the right word? See if you know. You all get in there? That group slide, you're good, it's cool, it's easier to take these pictures. All right, John, you're in, how about Brittany, you're, there, ready? 1, 2, my selfie arm. Thank you guys, you're good? All right. So we have lunch at 12 now, and then 12:30, if you want to dive deeper, we're going to talk to you deeper.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tough Phillies game you went down to, huh?
What's that?
Tough Phillies game you went down to on Sunday.
I was already hoping I said she goes.
By the way?
By the time they blew it.
Yeah.
Tennis tonight.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Do you think they're gonna make it or another week?
When you guys are trying so much of my work gonna be, like, because season fails. And
I mean,
I
they're
read
doing
the
all
whole
this,
lot,
but
but I'm like the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
So
the way
I'm
everybody
really
starts.
better than he doesn't work on Mondays, but he's always.
like if he just starts.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah. It's tough for him to get
Yeah.
what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally what he said about Monday.
All right.
Like, you need to put that away. I'm like,
Not 24/7.
yeah, just put it away.
That's a myth.
Yeah, it's happened. Can she complain? Can I feel her sorrow after we're done? I'm like, oh, this is our kid.
Right, you know, we don't spa day, yeah.
Here's the story. I walk into an office, in my old office, and Maureen Stewart is there. Breastfeeding her 5th child with a blanket over.
Yeah.
She's on a conversation with a client, and she's writing notes. When these
There's multitasking.
And when a client called her, she wrote it in red. When she called somebody, she wrote it in blue. As she's taking notes from the conversation, as she's breastfeeding her baby, as she's writing a thank you note, beautiful penmanship to another client, without missing a well, anybody ready for lunch? She writes down what she wants for lunch, hands me the paper, she goes back talking, and she's taking notes, as she's writing a thing, I'm like,
You're like, oh, yeah.
she's on, she was number 1 in her class,
Wow.
friend grade, stuff like,
Yeah.
wow. Women have to do that.
I don't know, it's crazy. It's,
Wow. But I was a weekend.
right.
But I knew if she didn't have 5 kids, her husband had 6 kids, he was a liability. And